Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight, for your viewing pleasure, we have rounds 12, 13, and 14 of the Racetech V8ESC Cup. In the booth with me tonight are the usual suspects. So, good evening, Pete Bingham.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Bill Switzer.
Good evening, everybody.
And good evening, Sam Boozin. Okay, so we are at Snetterton in Norfolk in the UK, God's County. We are using the original layout, which is the 200, so none of that horrible mess in the middle that they've made. Pete, I think there's going to be tears and tantrums tonight. What about you?
I predict the same, to be honest. There's a lot of twisty bits on this track that follow very, very fast straights. Those two things put together and very competitive drivers often means that tears will be spilled. It's an exciting track, Snetterton, despite the fact that I generally don't like tracks that have no or very little elevation changes. I find that adds a very good element to it, but Snetterton does well being a completely ironed track. He said it was God's country. God clearly had an iron when he was in that country.
Well, we are in Norfolk, Pete, and it is very flat around here.
It is. Yeah.
Bill, so we've got 3 15-minute super sprint races. So exciting track, exciting format. What do you think's going to happen?
Carnage. Carnage. No, I don't know. I think it's really a great track for these cars. Pete was saying a lot of twisties. Well, there's a few, but not as bad as going through the infield section. Let me tell you, that's ridiculous. But anyway, I think it's going to be great. I think that, like both of you have alluded, I think there's going to be a lot of door-to-door, front-to-back type contact. And of course, in a sprint format, like you mentioned, it's a hurry up. There's no time to, run a pace or whatever you want to call it. Even though I don't think many people do that anymore, but you're going to have to get it done and get it fast. So qualifying is going to be key. Passing is going to be key, and I think they'll probably take a few more chances to get up a couple notches. Rather than like if they were in an hour-long race, it could take more time, but they can't here. They got to do it quickly. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
So before we go any further into it, evening to Nikolai Bogotyrev, Abdul, and Chris Jackson on the chat. So for the viewers at home, the first race, the grid is sorted by qualifying. Races 2 and 3, we will have our super special reverse grid wheel, which will decide the starting order. And any driver that isn't a lap down is eligible for the reverse grid. So there will be some breaks between the races while we get the next sessions sorted. But bear with us. Pete can talk rubbish for as long as you want him to whilst I'm setting up the server.
Infinite amounts of time.
So we are in the 10-minute qualifying session. We're 3.5 minutes in. To get a good race one, Pete, you need a good qualifying session because, as Bill alluded to, you haven't got the luxury of time to pick your way through the traffic.
No, you don't. And Bill even was absolutely right. What he was describing was usually in a standard race, people will pick a time that they want to aim for and try and do that time over and over and over again, or get as close to it as they can, despite the traffic that they encounter. In a sprint race, that's well out the window. You just put it to the front and you are balls to the wall the whole time. Do your laps as fast as you can. Are you bothered about banging doors with people? Probably not if you're trying to get positions on people. And you just make your way through with elbows out. Isn't that right, Bill?
Yeah, take no prisoners, Pete. You're absolutely correct.
And some of the corners around here have got those lovely red raised bumpy bits on the inside of them. They will do an awful lot of damage to a car like this. It'll break the splitter. It'll do underfloor damage if you get any of them. This is us going into Murray's right now.
There's a couple big bumps there, boy.
There are, yeah. Those are beastly. I don't know whether we're going to manage to do a full lap here. with Adam, but it would be good if we did. Then we can show you the track. This is Rich's coming up. You tuck in and hold on to, a bit better than that maybe. No, that was pretty good actually, the inside there, because you get spat out at the other side. This is Montreal that we're coming into now.
Negative G's to slow down there. Woof.
Big time. Then you end up on, well, that was a bit wobbly, but never mind, Adam. Bentley Straight takes us down under the big bridge at Brundle.
The next two turns coming up are really tricky. You talk about curves. You can really get bounced into the next week if you're not careful here.
Absolutely right. So that was Brundle, and this is where a lot of people will come together.
Well,
he hit
caught
that
a little
bumpy
of
bit.
it,
Yeah. That was Nelson. Then you got Bumhole here, which you tuck into. I love that corner. I hate the ones before it. That's where I'm thinking that people are going to come together. Round here, this is Coram. This everlasting right-hander.
On and on and on.
Like a balancing act around there.
But and that was Murray's the last turn, and you're back onto the home straight. And when you're coming into Murray's, I can never ever get my braking right. It doesn't matter how many laps I do. It really is. The car is on the wrong camber
Exactly.
for the brake that you want to apply. So I find myself braking way in advance of where I do and get mugged going into the corner. I honestly, even to this day, don't know how to take that corner. Do you know how to do that, either of you?
You're asking me? You're better than me. Are you kidding?
Clyde?
Well, I try to stick to the inside of Coram.
Yep,
And literally, as Coram is ending, I straighten the car up, point it towards the apex, or the start of the apex at Murray's, and hit the brakes.
Right.
I don't try and brake whilst I'm still turning for that corner.
Well, I've tried lots of different ways to do it, including what you've just described. And I find it very, very, I suppose volatile is the word I'd used. It's unpredictable. That's better. Unpredictable.
The tricky part of Murray's is the exit.
Well, where you run out wide.
It's very slippery, and you've got that little bit of whatever it's called on the outside.
The Astro sort of stuff.
Yeah, it sort of mugs you into believing that you can carry more speed out of the corner than you actually can.
Right. Yeah. No. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you have to go into the corner slower than you would normally. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Right. Okay.
Get the car rotated and then hit the gas.
I think we're going to see a lot of incidents at that particular point on the course.
I'll tell you another thing about Murray's too that always gets me. If you go on the off the outside of that corner, it's like quicksand out there. It seems like you can't get back on the track. It's wicked in there.
And
the racing line into there is sweeping in late, but that opens the door up for opportunist moves down the inside.
Yeah. And do you get a slowdown on the outside of Murray's?
You do, yes.
I thought you did. It's evil, isn't it?
Yes. So where are we in qualifying then? Something we haven't mentioned yet. Nice to see Nicole Foggy back. Hoping he's feeling better and he's nice and fit. So Marco Lamela is currently in provisional pole. Nicole Foggy back, got his mojo flowing again in second. Johnny Brandon currently third. Tony Kloosterman fourth. Steve LaValle fifth. And we have just over a minute left of qualifying.
And there's a lot of cars on track. They obviously want to advance themselves as far towards the front as they physically can.
Well,
Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry, Pete. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No.
I was going to say advancing themselves because obviously in a sprint race, like we've all mentioned, you got to get it done quickly. And if you're close to the front, there's less people to pass, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be as far forward as you can get. Nikolai said, so there's only terrible corners on this track. It's not about them being terrible. It's about them being very technical. And once you get lined up on a technical corner and you get it right, it feels fantastic. But doing that lap after lap, it takes the very best of people, as Marco goes utterly sideways coming out of Murray's. No, it's not, is it? That's out of Montreal. Once you get it done, it's great. But doing it over and over, like some of the great guys that we've got in this particular league now, me being off the track, of course, That's the real talent, isn't it? Doing it over and over again,
Absolutely.
without stepping out, and even in traffic. That's what the talent's all about, right?
I think the corners don't. The corners on this track don't. They haven't got overtaking in mind. Apart from a lunge into Montreal or Murray's, the way this track is technical is to overtake somebody, you have to set them up. You have to look at their weakness, look at your strength, and get them set up to make that pass. And whether people will have the patience to do that in a 15-minute super sprint race, I don't know. But you see the people that go round here well in sim racing and real racing. They are the ones that can set people up.
Yes, and you're talking about showing your nose at the right time or putting them under pressure and then doing cutbacks and letting them run too deep into corners, etc.
Yeah, and trying to make them think that you're doing something that you're not actually doing, and trying to get people to drive in their mirrors. You know, because you know what the corners are like round here. You only have to be slightly offline, miss the apex, and you know you've opened up the corner for whoever's behind you.
Yeah, and there's some tracks on the planet that we've said before. It's a bit like a follow my leader. You know, a train of cars and you can't overtake. This one isn't like that. This one should be like that, but it doesn't work that way. People take opportunities and it makes for a massively exciting racing.
Really does, and quali's over.
It is?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And there's the Marco Nimella's on the pole, 107.3. Johnny Brandon is second. Steve LaValle third. Nicola Foggy fourth. Tony Klusman fifth. Wayne Sanderson sixth. Tyler Newitt seventh. Rich Warmingham eighth. Ryan Walker ninth. Adam Wright 10th. Jamie Wilson 11th. Lane O'Connor in 12th.
And when it trips over, I'll carry on.
Cool.
Any minute now.
You don't have it?
There we go. Right, okay. 13th is Andrew Hoffman. That's quite good, actually. 14th, Ant Woodward. Marco Lewert is 15th. Ben Cullen 16th. 17th is Jamie McKnight. Surprising to see him so far down, but he didn't put a time in, I don't think. And Michael Frost in 18th in the Vulcan Esports car. So go, Mike. Cars are gridding. Mike didn't spend too much time on the track. Was it last night?
Yeah, about a lap.
Yeah, in the officials. Not sure what his issues were there.
Oh, didn't he have internet problems? Isn't that what he said?
Oh, no, he did. Yeah.
He did,
Yeah. I hate that.
Sorry,
I'm not
Mike.
actually sure if he's in the session.
Oh, right.
Same as Jamie McKnight.
Well, he's lined up, so you think he's still in the session, otherwise it wouldn't line him, would it?
Good
What
question.
do you mean he's lined up? He's not on the grid.
Well, he's
in the listing, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Clyde will get it eventually, Bill. We'll just have to lead him to it, you know?
Well, he's sick.
So he says. Was sick in the head or biologically sick?
You're terrible.
A bit both, I think.
Yeah.
You know, he will. Oh, lights
Okay,
are coming up.
Coming on.
Yeah, no Jamie McKnight, no Mike Frost.
We're green for race one.
All right.
They are fully gone. Everybody seems to have launched really well.
Yeah, they all got off the line really well. Heading down to Riches. Looks like Marco Nimella's in first, and who's that second? Johnny Brandon. Yep.
Clean at the back so far.
Yeah, 6 XVR cars in the top 8.
Whoa!
Oh, that's not good. Who was that?
I think that may have been blue on blue.
Was that Tyler?
I think so.
Oh, is that
we got
Tony?
Tony's around too.
Whoa, what's going on
Tony's
there?
round.
Wow. Something bad must have gone on here. He was very close to the back of. Is that Johnny in front of him? It's I can't tell now. It's foggy, isn't it? Wow, that's a lot of XVR cars
And
turning.
Tyler Newitt went around too.
Yeah. Was that Wayne pushing Tony around? I
It
don't
might
know.
have been. I don't know.
Or did Tony go on his own?
I didn't get a good look at that. I'm not
If
we
that
go.
that was massive netcode.
Right, let's have a look. So Wayne's on the outside of him there.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
netcode. That is netcode. There's at least 2 foot between the cars. Right, so Marco Namela is being chased by Johnny Brandon at the moment.
Interestingly enough, I think the XVR spin was
Steve?
who was it?
It was Steve, wasn't it? Steve
Yeah,
Lavallee.
no, I'm trying to think what car it looked like. A car went into Tyler, which pushed Tyler into. I think it may have been Ryan Walker.
All right.
Hit
okay.
Tyler, and then Tyler hit.
Steve.
No, it wasn't Steve, was it?
Oh.
Rich Warmingham?
Oh, was it Rich Warmingham?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it will be because he's miles down now. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Oh, yeah, he's near the back. Wow.
I got orange and red mixed up. Sorry.
Evening to Stuart Dick on the chat.
Stuart, you should be.
Why haven't you joined yet?
Yeah, Stuart should be driving these. He'd be good at these too.
He would, yeah.
And AAA, where are you? Come on.
Yeah, he was in last night.
Oh, that was.
Is that Tony Klusman getting
Yeah, he got a freebie from Ant.
Yeah, Ant's got damage to the front of his car.
God, there's trouble to find Ant's there, isn't he? Unbelievable. Oh yeah, Rich is in the back, and is that?
Yeah, I think Ant's just been done by Tyler as well.
He was slow out of Richie's, I think it was.
Steve LaValle. That's Steve LaValle and Foggy behind him in third and fourth.
Yeah, Foggy's sizing him up, and he's done him.
Oh, he went off.
He's done exactly what Clyde described before. He made him make a mistake. And there goes Jamie. Jamie Wilson promotes himself up to 5th. No.
Fourth,
yeah, 4th.
I think.
Sorry, 4th.
Wow.
Wayne O'Connor's doing all right at the minute as well.
Yes, he is.
Providing he doesn't rage quit randomly at some point.
Yeah, he just needs to stay away from Ant.
Like more than 5 feet away.
Well, Johnny's trying not to let Marco Namella run out there too far.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of keeping with him, to be fair.
He really is. Marco, I don't know where Marco hides those little alien antennas, I tell you. Antennae, excuse me.
Yeah. Tell you what, there was all sorts of stuff on the internet today about someone who was caught cheating on iRacing.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Messing with the code, the background code.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how they do it, but it was on there. There's a couple of articles about the same chap who's been subsequently banned by iRacing. So we have. Oh, go on. What are you watching that I'm not?
We nearly had another blue on blue.
Another XVR blue on blue.
Yeah, everything checked up.
And where was it? Murray's.
Yeah. Wayne almost hit Tony. Tyler almost hit Wayne again.
We got somebody battling with Jamie Wilson.
Steve,
that's Steve LaValle, yep.
Yeah.
Tony is just
going down the Bentley Straight.
Warmingham.
Now you
somebody went.
Who was it? It's Andrew.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you would have thought that
good on
Jamie
him.
could keep this. You would think that Jamie could keep this, and he has done. So Steve pushed that a little too much, in my opinion. No, dear. Whoa, bad rejoin from Steve. So Ryan will have not expected any of that. I mean, I'm sure Steve will have considered himself a bit of a passenger on the grass there, but Jamie did a brilliant job here of keeping with Steve.
Oh,
Oh God, who was that went off?
so that was Ben Cullen.
Oh, are you watching something I'm not?
Yeah, he's watching the inset.
Right, I'm watching the replay that everybody else is watching. So, yeah, bad rejoin from Steve Lavallee. My opinion only, but...
well, he did a little cross-country tour, didn't he, there?
He was doing lots and lots of landscaping,
Yeah.
to the point where Snetterton won't need to landscape that for a few years.
Rich Warmingham's closing in really quickly on the back of Wayne Sanderson.
He will do, because Wayne's got a huge amount of damage on the left-hand side of his car. Is that somebody else off? Oh, it's Ryan Walker. I'm not surprised. He's barely got a front on his car after Steve Lavallee parked his
car looks like
in front of him.
Yeah, car looks like it's been nosed, doesn't it? Yeah.
It has, because he drove full into the back of Steve Lavallee. He had no choice but to hit him. I certainly wouldn't have, even with triples, I'm pretty sure I would not have seen Steve Lavallee's car charging towards me in my right-hand side screen.
No, he came in on a funky angle, really.
He did, yeah. He should have considered that better. But this is what we predicted, wasn't it?
It happens.
So what were you guys watching with Ben Cullen?
So literally, I can't remember who was involved now, but Tony was making a move on Ben.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Ben got loose and then got helped.
Right. Yeah, that's very loose.
He got up on two wheels.
That's more loose. Yep, there we go.
And it looked like, who was that? Rich Warmingham gave him a little shot, but it was unintentional.
Well, unavoidable.
That too.
It certainly wasn't intentional.
Nah.
He was just there, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Tony's busy trying to scythe his way back through almost the entire field now, isn't he?
Yeah, and we're already halfway through the race.
Really? Where did that go?
Yeah, see, you got to get it done. Yeah, you go off the track in a 15-lap race, you're kind of screwed, aren't you, really?
Yeah, pretty much. Lane O'Connor's doing a great job of keeping
He really is.
He
really is, yep.
So evening to Richard Alsop on the chat, the man who's disappeared off the face of the earth.
Why is Richard not racing?
Where are you, Richard?
We need somebody to give it to Marco.
You better be drinking margaritas or with a nice-looking lady, I'll tell you.
Reasonable excuses. Well, Marco Namela is still under a reasonable amount of pressure from Johnny Brandon, although it's nearly out to a second. But there's no point in watching that when all this lot's going on.
Yeah, well, poor Ryan Walker has got no front end on his car, has he? He's getting mugged on the Bentley straight and the Senna straight.
2 cars.
He's basically toast in this race.
Yep. He's got engine damage. I expect his engine to give up on him before the end of this very short race.
Well, it'd be nice if he could stay in there and get a good starting spot in the next race.
Yeah, he's so lacking in top speed. Adam Wright's got no turn in at the minute. He was drifting straight through the corner.
Right on the edge of going off there.
Yeah, big time. Tony's under loads of pressure from Wayne. Wayne's got significant left-hand side damage. I don't know what that's doing to the handling of that Mustang. See
probably not helping
inside. No, definitely not. Tony. Oh, hang on. That was Lane.
Oh, goodness.
So Lane's gone round.
And I think Tony put a move on Marco Lewert and Wayne Sanderson followed him through.
Right.
Let's see what happened with him.
Oh, he got
turned down. Adam got him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was unavoidable, too. Take the shortcut.
Well, he could have come out the gas.
But true.
Adam, I mean.
Yeah.
So Marco Lewert is getting mugged all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a desperate attempt to get to the back of the field, and I don't understand what's going on there. His car is undamaged, as far as I can see.
No, I haven't seen him in any bad skirmishes so far.
No, unless he's playing a safe race somehow.
Maybe.
He's still top 10 at the minute. Up at the front, Marco Namela still leads Johnny Brandon by, well, that much, what you can see on the screen. And then there's an equivalent gap back to Nick or Foggy. You can see him there, second car back from the rear of Marco's car.
And just thinking about it, guys, Ryan Walker can't afford to come in and get that damage repaired, can he? Because he will then go a lap down, and then he won't be eligible for the reverse grid.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
You'll never make that time back in the time that's left. I mean,
nah.
What have we got? 4 minutes? Less.
Yeah, I think with these super sprints, if you get damage and you haven't got a meatball flag, you just have to live with it.
Have you considered the fact that this is the tame one of the 3 races tonight?
Well, that's true, yeah.
This is the one that's in the right order. What on earth are the next 2 going to be?
This is not the Demolition Derby hour. Jeez.
Oh, dear. Ooh, that's a lot of curb.
See what I mean? That's a huge one there at Murray's.
It's monster, isn't it? Absolutely massive.
Almost as big as the new one, the new chicane at Daytona.
Yeah, nothing's as big as that, Bill.
That's outrageous.
They built walls, basically, haven't they?
Yeah.
We're watching Ant Woodward's feet. Still none of the Stacys on the chat. They've obviously got bored of racing.
Foggy's moving in on Johnny a little bit right at the moment.
He is, but it's a brave boy who takes on Johnny Brandon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would guess, I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess there's some team orders there. Nicole's not really in the championship because of his injury that he's had.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't been around. Hang back a little bit. Well, it wasn't because he was on vacation. He's had wicked.
Oh, Adam, it's the other way, mate.
Yeah, it's a pretty good recovery.
And for Marco.
Marco.
Someone's greased the track down at Brundle and Nelson.
Oh, that's an easy place to go off. Boy.
Brundle and Nelson, it's like...
Whoa, Foggy, hang on,
What are you doing?
Well held.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
God.
He managed to straighten that out on the grass.
Practicing his drifting, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll see him
Brundle
at
and Nelson,
Volusia.
you're so happy you survived getting there, you run out of track.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's absolutely right, yeah. Yeah. But we'll see Foggy at Volusia after this one with his dirt race.
On the grass.
Not for the same reasons that Clyde goes to Volusia, of course.
Chili dogs!
Chili dogs.
Okay, so we got 1 minute left.
Boy, that goes
Nikolai
quick,
says
well.
it's fluids from Ryan's car. He might be right there. Come on, Hoff. There's a scalp in front of you to take.
Yeah, he'll get that.
Yeah.
I think Marco will get round and start another lap, so I expect he'll get it done on the Bentley straight anyway.
Yes. Yeah, he's catching him very quickly now.
If he gets a little closer, he'll definitely get him.
Yeah. Not a bad line into Montreal.
No, that was nice and clean.
Slow out, though. So he needs to get his foot in now.
He should be able to clear him easily.
So leader starting the final lap.
There we go. Hoff's done that job now. Hopefully he doesn't
stay on the road, Adam.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam.
Or Andrew.
Yeah, whatever your name is.
So here comes Marco. Is he gonna? No, he's not. Is he? This is gonna be the last. Is this the last lap?
This is the last lap. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay.
I tell you, Johnny didn't actually let him run away, though. I give him credit.
No, he's almost back on him. He's not anywhere near in a position to make a move on him. He's 1 point-ish seconds behind. Even that's not even a send distance, is it? It's too much.
But at least Marco, when he looks in the mirror, he actually sees somebody trying to catch him in this race.
Which is unusual for Marco.
Yes, it
really,
is. Yes, it is.
So He won by several weeks last night, didn't he? So
And different postcode. God.
yeah.
So
There we
Marco
go.
Namela wins race 1, followed home by Johnny Brandon and then Nicole Foggy. Jamie Wilson gets a very creditable 4th place.
Definitely.
Steve LaValle in 5th. Tony Kloosterman comes home 6th. Wayne Sanderson 7th. Rich Warmingham in 8th. Tyler Newitt came home 9th. And Marco Lower rounds out your top 10.
And then next, Ant Woodward, Andrew Hoffman, Ryan Walker, Lane O'Connor, Adam Wright, and Ben Cullen.
Well, that was frantic.
Yeah, it was. Just what we thought. There'd be a lot of hustling and moving and a little, what should I say, a little bit of pushing to try to get by people. And it was a decent race. It was pretty good. A couple little mishaps, some cross-country running. But
yeah, I think that was probably the worst of it. So your official standings are on the screen now, just as Bill read them out before, so I'm not going to bore you with the same thing again. Any standout position moves in there? This was the tame one, as I said before. Probably Lane O'Connor, south of where he really should have finished. Who else?
Lane looked very well in that, and unfortunately got mixed up in a little mishap there. But
yeah, two races in a row, right?
Did a really good. Yeah, it's a shame. Really good job, though.
Yeah, it's a
and
shame.
I was impressed with Jamie Wilson. He kind of charged up there pretty well too.
He did. He stayed clean, and that's the main thing around
he
here,
did.
isn't it?
Yep. And Steve LaValle is, I'll tell you, Steve LaValle's come a long way. I mean, Rich Warmingham used to be, I think, better than Steve, and the tables kind of turned a little bit all of a sudden. I guess Rich is racing a lot of different stuff, but Steve's done a great job. He's ended up in 5th. Not bad.
Yeah, I think I think there may end up being a protest with Steve, because when he did go off, he properly parked it in front. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune!
Yeah, here it comes, baby.
That was my best quasi-American accent. So.
Wheel of Fortune!
That's a real American accent, people.
Redneck. I think it looks like a turbocharger going around. Wow.
I know. Was that you spinning your mouse, Sam? It was as well. Oh, I'm supposed to listen to the music. Apparently there's music. I've got it on mute. Damn it. Oh yeah. Oh,
well, with the number of cars, it looks like we got a full reverse here.
Cool. Anybody not on lead lap? Oh, that's everybody, right? Everybody was on the lead lap.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so Ben Cullen will be our pole man. No pressure, Ben. I know you're listening.
Yeah, you sit there wondering how soon you're going to get run over.
Ben will be fine. Richie's
he really will. He'll be
Montreal's not a difficult corner, is it?
So you couldn't even keep a straight face at that one, could you?
No. Oh dear. Vapor Rub music. I think it is the Vapor Rub music. It's also what was that 80s? No, 70s show. What was it called? Oh, it'll come back to me in a minute. Keep talking about something else while I find it in my head.
Well, I was going to say Richie's that you were talking about. There's a big field out there, and honest to God, I've gone all the way out in that field to where the end of the what would you call it? The borderline is out there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Man, unbelievable. You come screaming up the center straight, and you go, "Boy, I'm going now, baby!" And then you get to that corner, off you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so session is set up. We're just waiting for it to launch.
Oh, I've got to get out of this one, haven't I?
Yeah, that helps.
Yep. It's all right. I didn't say that out on live air, did I?
No, nobody heard you.
No, nobody. It's fine.
Now you gave away all our secrets.
Shaft. Do you remember that?
Yeah, good film.
Yeah, that's what that music's from. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, session has launched.
I'm on it. Did I talk enough nonsense while you were setting up the session?
I don't know, I muted you.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I find it's for the best.
Isaac Hayes did the theme to Shaft.
Did he?
Yep.
That'll explain it then.
He just died not too long ago.
That's bummed me out a bit. I'll get over it.
Really? Okay.
Cullen says as long as I don't do a triple A, I'm happy. And then triple A is laughing at it. Oh, genius.
You know who hasn't come back is Rasim Fasui. I'm really disappointed.
Who dragged him in here? Was that Marco?
I don't know.
I think he was one of their teammates, wasn't he?
So Richard's on the chat. Richard, get Razim back in.
I still loved when he made the
that was hilarious.
The top 10 craziness.
Not the top 10. Yeah.
That was great.
Top 10. That was stunning.
Oh, not the top. That's right. Not the top 10. That's right.
Yeah. Sorry, Craig, who's on the chat, forwarded that through to me.
Well, Clyde, what'd you think about the first race?
I actually thought it was tamer than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
I expected a bit more argy-bargy, if I'm honest. Perhaps the guys are saving it for race 2 and race 3.
I think it's going to happen without saving it, to be honest with you, but we'll see.
I don't know. I just really enjoy races around Snetterton. I'm biased. It's my home track. I know every inch of the track.
Yep.
And it's when you're watching other people do it, you can see where they're going wrong, what they're doing right.
I'm sure.
Which I personally can't do on other tracks because I don't know what I'm doing on other tracks. So it just makes a change to be somewhere that I know what I'm doing.
I assume you've driven this track in the flesh, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What did you drive it in?
I've driven it in all sorts.
Have you driven it in a Leyland Routemaster?
No, but I have driven it in a Fiat Uno.
Really?
I have driven it in
1976.
In a Volvo Estate.
Did you drive it in one of Julian's cars by any chance?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
What else have I been round here in? A Caterham.
All right.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that'd be class.
A fresh air ride, huh?
What's that? Funny looking GT3 car.
Ben says he doesn't know what he's doing on any track. Yeah, we know.
You talking about a Janetta?
No, it's
nothing as expensive as that, I'm guessing.
Oh, it'll come to me later.
Oh, an Expo?
Crossbow?
Crossbones?
Oh, Chrysler.
No, it's a KTM, right?
KTM, that's it, yeah, Crossbow.
You drove one of those things?
Yeah.
Really?
BMW M3.
What version? Like a new one or an older one?
That would have been probably about a 2011 version.
Oh, okay.
So, what advice have we got for Ben Cullen on starting it on pole?
Miss the start.
What? Pit lane?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Bill, anything?
I think Ben's going to die.
Bill, what advice have you got for Ben?
Stand on the gas and go.
Stand on the gas. Okay, Sam?
Good advice, Sam. Good advice.
Oh dear, that's funny.
I think Ben is going to die in Montreal.
Right.
That's my bet.
I'm gonna see your Montreal and say Richie's.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's not very far away from the start-finish line.
Ben says he can't hear you, Sam. All right. There you go. Mike Frost is helping out, telling Ben not to look in his mirror. It's actually good advice, isn't it? Because you can get transfixed with who might hit you, and you're really better off focused on getting around the corners.
My advice to Ben is, provided he gets a good start, he'll clear Richie's quite easily. Stay on the right-hand side of the track into Montreal. It will affect his exit, but he's not going to get mugged there then, and then let everything else sort itself out down the Bentley Straight.
Okay. AAA says use first gear. Yeah, it's a good one.
So the guys have got a 10-minute practice session just to give us a chance to get everybody back in the session.
Have we got any change to the race condition?
We're now in an afternoon condition, so
Thank you.
I would assume that the track temperature would be, yes, it's gone up to 101 Fahrenheit.
Has it ever been 101
Get out of
Fahrenheit?
here. It's never been that hot there.
Every
Norfolk.
day.
Every day?
Every single day.
In your dreams?
I've been laying in the garden in my mankini today.
Oh my god, I feel ill.
Oh, I'm scarred forever.
And I had it on back to front.
Oh,
And interestingly, race 3 is a sunset race.
Maybe. No, that's not very long though. Probably not headlights though, huh?
Well, I was going to say the BTCC was at Croft. I've not watched it, so don't tell me anything. And at the times that they managed to run it last year, when it all went very terribly wrong, I expect it was sunset by the time they got going this year.
Well, what really upsets me is nobody's recording it for us poor Americans this year. I can't. I have to watch the guy. I don't know what his name is. One of their. It's not David Addison's the other guy that announces. I don't know what his name is. But anyway, he does a synopsis or conclusion at the end. Yeah. Which doesn't cut it with me. I got to see the whole race. God, it's got to be about the best series in the world. I'll tell you, that's a wonderful series. God.
It is. It's very competitive.
Oh God, it's great.
Right, I'll be back shortly. I'm just going to top up my drink.
Roger. So we've got just about a minute left in this practice session, and then we will be ready for race 2, our first reverse grid race, with Ben Cullen on pole. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, goodness. Well, a lot of times when you worry about it, it makes it worse. I mean, a lot of times it's like 20% as bad as you think it's going to be, really. Wow.
As long as you get away, you're fine.
That's right, exactly.
It's like you say, when you worry about it so much and you don't get away, then you cause problems.
Yeah, you're all tense and stuff. And the only time I was on pole in a reverse race, it was at Montreal, and I was really lucky because Mick Muller from Black Box was behind me, and he spun, and everybody got tied up behind him, so I got a good lead. I didn't have to get run over, which was really great.
And how much did that cost you?
Oh, no, nope. Didn't pay a thing.
No, you sure?
Oh, here we go. Here's the lineup. Okay. Ben Cullen starting in first. Adam Wright second. Lane O'Connor in third. Ryan Walker in fourth. Andrew Hoffman fifth. Ant Woodward sixth. Marco Lewert seventh. Tyler Newitt eighth. Rich Warmingham in ninth. 10th is Wayne Sanderson. 11th, Tony Klusterman. 12th, Steve LaValle. 13th is Jamie Wilson. 14th, Nicole Foggy. 15th, Johnny Brandon. And 16th, Marco Numella. That's going to be that's going to be like a typhoon coming from the back there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, they're lined up. Yep. Okay. The grid is full now, I
Grid
believe.
is set. Yeah. Lights are coming
yep.
on. We are green for race 2.
Good launch, man. Not bad. Attaboy, Ben. Good job. Got a bit of a cushion. Oh,
Whoa,
Ryan Walker's off.
Ryan Walker's in trouble again.
I don't think he hit anything though.
No,
Clyde.
I think he saved that.
Look at that. He made the straightaway. Good man. Good man, Ben. Good job.
Oh, there's a mess there. There's a mess
God.
there.
It looks like that's not Lane O'Connor. Nope. Lane O'Connor.
I think that was Tyler Newitt and Andrew Hoffman round.
Okay. Well, Tony's burst out of there pretty well. He's kind of going against Ryan Walker into Brundle and Nelson.
Yeah, and Jamie Wilson was bringing up the rear.
Has Ben crashed yet?
No, not yet.
he
Still winning.
did a great
Wow.
job.
Does he know that?
Quiet. He's listening to you.
we've had Tyler Newitt and Andrew Hoffman round, but we haven't
Ooh.
seen a replay yet.
All right, okay. That's Foggy going underneath Marco, isn't it? And he's made that stick very well. Marco on Marco now. That's just weird.
Marco, yeah.
Yeah.
That is scary, isn't it?
One of them needs to change their name. When I worked at a store in HMV, we had three Karens at one point, so we renamed them Bob, Frank, and Dave. and Dave still responds to her new name even now, and that's nearly 18 years on.
Hey, Dave, how you doing? Well, up front, we got an interesting trio. We got Ben Cullen, Lane O'Connor, and Ant Woodward going at it up there.
Well, hopefully Lane and Ant will stay at least 5 yards apart.
Yeah, Lane's probably thinking, stay away from me, netcode Woodward.
Yeah. That's funny.
Adam Wright's pushing Ant
Adam
from
Wright,
behind.
yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on him, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Go on, Adam, get stuck in. Is that Rich Warmingham? Yeah.
It is.
Rich
Yes,
Warmingham,
Rich
yeah.
Warmingham, and behind
Rich
him is Wayne
Warmingham.
Sanderson.
So,
Murray's.
off to start lap number
Ben's
3.
going to have to go
Lane-
defensive, I think.
Lane's crowding him, but Ben's got a good line there. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yep.
middle of the track for defence.
That's a long way around.
It is. Lane's
Lane
done
held
that.
on to
He's
it.
done
Wow.
it, yeah.
That was
That's
a heck
a
of a good
brilliant
job.
move.
Good
Good
job.
effort.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
He's got
excellent.
super defensive now, and Ben might. And oh no, he's not going to lose out because Ant Woodward took that far too far. Oh
Yeah,
no, he
he
didn't.
shut up the inside there.
Oh, that was
Ant
good.
got a
though.
good launch off there. Wow.
Yeah.
And Adam Wright's side to side with Ben Cullen, Rich Warmingham, and Wayne Sanderson right alongside of that. I mean, door to door.
I think the track's going to get very crowded right about here right now.
You think so? Look at that.
Oh dear, this is going to be bad.
Wow,
Somebody,
through there.
that Simability car's got no rear wing now. Who's that? Is that Tony? Right.
It is Tony, yeah.
And neither is the car behind him, so I think we've had a three-way
Ryan
shuttle
Walker,
there.
yeah.
Yep. That's Johnny Brandon with a dented front end. Tony's not really inhibited by that loss of wing. He's still trying to put moves on people. Everybody's going defensive, apart from Johnny Brandon, who's deciding that he's going to take everyone in turn 1.
This is like a 1980s gay orgy. There's a lot of rear end damage.
I am almost convinced you're not allowed to say things like that anymore, but never mind. So Foggy leaves his teammate Steve LaValle behind.
Yeah, Wayne Sanderson is now trying to put a move on Ben. Gets that done.
Ben has no damage. Good for him, man. I tell you.
That's cursed Ben.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. He's all right. He's doing fine.
The trouble about getting a move done into Brundle and Nelson is
Uh-oh.
you're relying on
job.
the car you've just overtaken to get their braking point
He
right.
does have damage.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
right. Yeah.
Somebody scuffed the paint off his
Oh, there's a big
driver's door.
concertina effect going on there. Ben got a bag full of wheel spin coming out of Murray's. Tony and Johnny side by side. That's ended up badly in the past.
Oh,
Ryan!
Wow.
How did he stop?
He didn't. He's carried on. He's in another county.
Yeah, but how did he not hit Johnny?
I don't know.
He's furrowing the field out there right
Yeah,
now.
he's in Suffolk at the minute.
Oh, there's Marco. I wonder where he was. Okay.
Yeah, he's
following Steve LaValle, I believe.
he is. I thought Marco would get through the traffic faster, if I'm being honest.
Johnny's putting a move on the inside to Tony.
Yeah. Ooh, Tony's got
baby.
that one though. Who needs a rear wing
Or a boot lid. Hell
or a
with it.
boot? Yeah. I mean,
Toss it off.
yeah. He's leaving room, Tony. Wow, gee whiz.
That looked awful close.
It certainly did. Tony's keeping it on the track here, which is good.
Boy, he hit Murray's great that time.
It's about being as smooth as you can get through
It
there,
is.
isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Whilst people are arguing, saying, well, that's true of any corner.
Well, that's true.
It is one of those tracks, though.
Yeah.
It rewards driving on the driving line.
Yeah.
And really punishes you if you go off of it.
Like all these defensive moves that people are doing. No, you don't want to do that. Who was that? Was that blue on blue?
That was Marco.
Oh, it was Marco on.
He definitely got into the
Rich?
back. Who was
Or
that?
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve Warmingham.
He's
Waiting for him.
He's given the position back, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cost him a hell of a lot.
It has, but it's the right thing to do.
It definitely was.
Meanwhile.
Whoa,
big
Tony. Jump. That's going to cost him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
Johnny's got
a
that
lot of
done,
air
I
on
think.
that curb.
And Tony's.
That was
When
out of
Nicole
Nelson.
says, "Oh, thank you for opening that door."
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was Tony just a little bit offline, wasn't it? Going through Brundle.
Yeah, you hit that sausage curb, you've got no traction.
Yeah.
Or you've got traction on one wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, your bicycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane O'Connor in first place. Whoa! Jot this down in your baby book, man. Wow.
I think the grid's upside down. Just a minute. Oh no, it's real.
Well, he's doing a soldier's job. Let me tell you, doing great.
So as we were with Johnny and Foggy from the last race, and Jamie Wilson stealthing his way through.
Yeah, he's not. He's going to work up through there. He's about halfway up the grid, ninth place.
Yeah.
We got a replay. Who's this for?
It might be Ryan.
Walker again, and he's
in his-
half a car.
I was going to say in his buggy. Spin.
Yeah.
Oh goodness! Yep, getting on it too fast.
I don't think it's even that. I think he's got really weird damage.
Oh, maybe no downforce either.
Yeah.
This looks like the start of the race.
Yep. We're on the grid here watching Ryan.
Is this where the rear wing disappears?
Andrew Hoffman got off very slowly
Well,
that time.
I thought oh, hang on. Who's that going slow?
Hoffman.
Andrew Hoffman. Oh, and he got a bit of a shunt from Steve LaValle or Rich Warmingham. Rich Warmingham, I think.
That's Ryan running down through the grass, isn't it?
No, he's still up there in fourth at the moment.
Oh, he's got a big tank slapper on though on the inside there.
Yeah. We see that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah. I was trying to put my headset on at that point and failed miserably, and then a couple of cars turned.
And Marco Nermella's up again with Steve LaValle.
Yep, back to racing now. It's a drag race down.
Now we'll see if Marco pulls away real quickly. We know he's got nitrous under the hood of this thing.
Yeah. Round the outside there, that was good.
Jeez.
A lot of damage on that XVR car behind him though.
God, he uses all the road. I can't believe how close he gets to the edge there.
Meanwhile,
You think he's got curb feelers on that thing?
yeah. Liam O'Connor continues to lead this race.
He's doing great. He's doing great.
And that gap's not coming down either.
No, it's not.
What, about a second and a half, roughly?
We're already 9.5 minutes into a 15-minute race.
And look at Adam Wright hanging in there. Wayne Sanderson's in fourth.
Adam Wright in third. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yes, he
tonight.
is, and his car looks relatively clean too.
I think if Lane wins, we should refuse to interview him, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. The ego and arrogance is going to be far too much to handle.
Yeah.
Because you rage quit too many times, you don't get an interview.
That's a good excuse. We'll use that, Bill.
Nah, he's my butt. I would never tell him that.
Tyler Newitt trying to get on terms with Marco Loert at the minute.
And Andrew Hoffman's behind them, a little bit back.
Do we lower the incident point for the sprint races, Clyde?
Well, no, we don't.
No, okay.
No, we keep it standard 15. Or it might be 20 in this series, actually.
I think it's 20. I didn't know whether we dropped it down for these sprint races.
No.
But cheers.
The more things you change, the more you can confuse the drivers.
Yes. Yep. Adam got a bag full of wheel spin just then, but he's on a good semi-defensive line. He's actually... Is he catching Ant Woodward? Hard to tell.
He sure is.
Oh, this is going to end badly. This is going to end badly.
Whoa.
Yep, I thought it might. Oh, painful.
Oh, who suffered out of that one?
No, that's Johnny Brandon. That's a whole bag
Sure
full
is.
of XVR cars, it has to be said.
And that was caused by a teammate.
It was. I really don't think that Wayne should have been going in to that corner next.
Wow.
No, he just totally locked up, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Boy, Johnny hit Ant Woodward hard.
there was a bit of netcode knocking on there as well, but Wayne should have been not doing what he was doing. There was nowhere for him to go at that point. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 3, sorry,
Boy,
XVR cars.
I tell you, Foggy snuck through there.
Yeah, it was like someone
Yeah,
put a
so did
bowling
Tony
ball through it.
Klusterman.
Yeah, Tony Klusterman was like Moses.
I didn't see any water, but I get it. Okay.
Yeah. Moses Klusterman.
So that has left Nicole Foggy 4.5 seconds behind Lame O'Connor.
Yeah.
With
How did Nicole get through all that?
2.5
He snuck
minutes
right through
left.
there, I tell you.
Did he? I missed that. I think Tony's finding it difficult to turn the car now. Oh, is that Ant Woodward? No, that's Ant Woodward that's finding
Yeah, it
it
is.
difficult.
Yeah, Tony, like I say, he didn't get involved in that.
Right.
That had all parted by the time he got there, and he just drove straight through.
Oh, yeah, I saw that bit. But the car I was watching was equally bashed up, and it was Ant Woodward, of course, because he was part of the original bit of crash there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I am amazed. Johnny Brandon's
Adam's
car
done a
just-
good job here. That's a good bit of driving from Adam, but he's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
not
lose out
gonna-
on the straight.
Yeah, he had to back out a little bit. He was wide.
Yeah.
Might be okay, though.
He's on the right side for taking Richie's, and he's managed to make that work. So that's a
Yep.
great bit of driving from Adam.
Yes, it is.
There's not many panels on some of these cars, is there?
But no, Ant Woodward's car looks exactly the same as Tony's now. Look at that.
The new custom look, yeah.
Yeah.
They're even bent on the back in the
Yeah.
same way, or more on the left than the right.
That's the new Mark 7 Mustang.
Sponsored by Simability. Oh, that's funny.
Jamie Wilson is thinking, I've got a couple of bangers in front of me.
Yeah. I didn't know we were doing a demolition derby.
That's right.
There's a on board with Jamie Wilson. He uses a VR set, does he?
It looks like
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
He should be able to make short work of. Well, you would think both of those XVR cars, because they've got no rear wings or boots or straight chassis.
Talk
But
about the rolling wounded, huh? Wow.
yeah, but look at Tony.
I don't think it affects the speed like front end damage does.
It doesn't. It
Right.
doesn't seem to. No. But you would think coming into a corner fast, the rear end should go around, wouldn't you? I mean, it's got nothing back there.
But then you're looking at is that Rich Warmingham? Yeah, and he's lost time somewhere in that lot. Weird.
How's Foggy doing? He's 2 seconds.
Foggy is
2.5 behind.
almost. He's going to run out of time. I think this is the last lap for Lane.
What, the one he's on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Clock's about to click over to 15 minutes now.
Oh yeah, yep,
Right.
it is.
So as long as he can keep it together, which he can,
Oh, flashy
Lane
light.
O'Connor's
nice
going
and
to take
easy.
the win.
All right, Lane. Yeah, good job.
Nicole Foggy in second.
Look at him.
That's more like what we normally see.
Yeah, shame he just lost some points.
Yeah, he's not bothered about that.
He don't
Moses
care.
Kloosterman comes home third.
Right. Rich Warmingham.
Warmingham fourth.
Yeah. I'm guessing Ant Woodward crossed the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Woodward fifth.
The only person we got left is Ben Cullen and Andrew Hoffman have crossed the line, I believe. Yeah, it looked like Andrew was trying to catch Ben and he lost it there in the corner or something happened.
So Ben Cullen crosses the line in 15th. And then we wait a little bit longer for Andrew Hoffman, here he is, to cross the line in 16th and last in this race.
Well, Ben, if you're listening, you get to start up front again, buddy.
Well, that race was just bonkers.
Oh, not necessarily. we got to do the spinny thing. I forgot. Got to wait
Yeah.
and see first.
Oh, yeah, I need to put the music on for that as well, because it makes me horny.
Boom, boom, boom.
Seriously, Bill.
Sorry.
So, your race winner, just don't adjust your sets. It was Lane O'Connor for XVR Sim Racing Black. Second was Nicole Foggy, and third was Tony Kloosterman. Fourth was Rich Warmingham, and Woodward made it into fifth. Jamie Wilson in sixth. Seventh was Wayne Sanderson. Eighth was Johnny Brandon, with Tyler Newitt, his teammate, ninth. Marco Nemela in 10th, Adam Wright in 11th. Marco Lowert finished 12th, and 13th was Steve Lavallee. Ryan Walker 14th, Ben Cullen 15th, and 16th and last, Andrew Hoffman.
Well, all I could say is, wow. Up there's the spinny wheel.
Oh, have we got it already?
Well, it's up on the screen. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Let's have a bit of this. Oh. $26 minus 3 is 23. We haven't got that many.
Full grid.
Full grid. Andrew Hoffman will be our pole man in race 3.
Right alongside him will be Ben Cullen again.
Well, that was crazy, wasn't it, Bill?
Oh, it really was. It was a little more. What should I say? Chippy than the first race for sure. But you have that when you got faster guys trying to come to the front. You know, it's just pretty natural happening, unfortunately. But you know, they all came home. It's going to be a little different out. You know, what should I say? Finish this time because I mean Tony's going to be near the. Well, yeah. No, let's see. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, see, Tony's near the front. Johnny Brandon's close to the front. Marco isn't starting in last anymore. He's up, you know. So, wait a minute.
Yeah, so Marco.
Am I looking at the results from? I'm sorry. I'm looking at the results from the last.
Yeah, Marco's going to start in like 7th. Yeah. 7th place in the next one. So Andrew Hoffman will be our pole man in the next race. Ben Cullen will go off 2nd, Ryan Walker will go off 3rd, and then Steve Lavallee will be 4th, with Marco Lewert 5th. So we're working up what you can see on the screen at the minute.
And Steve Lavallee's been very, very fast so far. I mean, he's gotten into a couple mix-ups, but he's up in 3rd place, and Johnny Brandon's kind of in the middle of the field. So those guys are going to come pretty quickly, I would say.
They are, and Lane O'Connor winning that race is a fantastic result for him. He managed to get away and stay away, and didn't get tied up into other people's messes. So a fantastic result for Lane O'Connor.
Yeah, he did, and he was very fortunate. I think Ant Woodward was kind of the cork in the bottle. There were a lot of people behind him that just couldn't seem to get by, and then that big mix-up coming out of Nelson there. The blue on blue XVR guys wiping out each other, and Adam Wright was involved in it too. So that let him get it way ahead. I mean, Nicole Foggy snuck through there, but Nicole was a little too far back to catch him. So good on Lane O'Connor. Happy for him, really.
Yeah, it was a good result for him, and Woodward did all right. He had a lot of damage because he was in a few shunts along the way, but managed to tame it, really, I suppose, so that he managed to get finished. And 5th is a good result from there, given the company he's finished in the middle of. Who was it that did the move into Brundle and Nelson?
Wayne Sanderson.
Oh, it was Wayne, wasn't it? Yeah, that he should have been. He should have probably given that up.
Well, I bet if he had another choice, he would have.
Yeah, true. Because that was what caused the massive catastrophe. That was technically blue on blue because there was three XVR cars laying at the side of the road, which Johnny Brandon won't be too happy with, I'm sure.
And I'll tell you another thing. I'm sorry. Another shout out to Tony Klosterman with all the damage and stuff. He came home 3rd in that race and got on the podium. That was excellent.
Yeah, good result.
So.
Okay, session's launched, guys.
Thank you very much, Clyde. That's what I've been waiting for. Can you go and find it now? Watch league race.
Yeah, 2 guys from Scotland, 1st and 2nd. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
Maybe not for you Flatlander guys, but I'll tell you, pretty good.
So, what are we predicting for race 3?
Well, historically, it's the worst one of the 3, isn't it?
You say that after all the crashes of race 2. Oh dear.
Well,
I think Marco Namela's in the prime position, isn't he? He's going to be the furthest up the grid of the really quick alien guys.
For sure.
Yeah. Steve Lavallee's a few steps ahead, and we know he's quick. It'll be interesting to see if Andrew or Ben can stay ahead.
And Johnny Brandon's about halfway up the list, so not a bad place for him either.
True.
Okay, so Nicole Foggy is not racing in this race, apparently, and he's in the interview room. So
right.
I shall bring him in for you, Pete. Nicole Foggy.
Good evening, Nicole. How are you doing?
Hello. Long time no see. I'm not bad. Yourself?
I'm good. Clyde's dying of Guatemalan bog fever, also known as big girl syndrome. And Bill's doing very well as well. So races of questionable fortune, I suppose. You made your way through very well in race 2, and avoided some of the biggest crashes, didn't you?
Yeah, you live with the angels. You got through that, and Nelson and Brundle like you were stealth. I couldn't believe you got through that. Wow.
Yeah, I think I was just in the right position to see the accidents that were happening, and ended up, that just gap opened up pretty much each time. Easy.
Easy. What do you think of Snetterton?
I like it. It's probably one of my favorite tracks. I like the longer version though. I like this version as well, but I do like the long version as well. And
The 300, yeah.
Yeah, it's got good racing as well though. Good side by sides. We did a bit. I was practicing the other day, and we did a bit of side by side stuff with the team, and yeah, you can get out of like pretty extended battles. Yeah, you can get some good ones.
Yeah, cool. And you're not racing in our third race tonight?
Nah, my leg's getting a bit sore, so I thought I'll leave it a bit. I'm doing a little bit now and then to try get going again, but I've got a bunch of exercises from the physio to do, so I'll get doing them in a minute. And
So you're still nursing that problem, huh? But it's getting better?
Yeah, it's getting a bit better. I had to stop the exercises for a while for certain reason, for like almost 2 weeks. So I've just got back on them again. But they do seem to be helping. I don't know if he's maybe missed something, but I'm going back for another appointment in 2 weeks. So we'll see what he says.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you're on the mend, man.
Cheers, man. I think so.
Well, you've got a decent amount of points, but you're now joining this particular league a little later in the day than the rest of them, aren't you? So the points haul is going to be a little bit of a mountain to climb if you were to try and win the league. Marco Namela is doing very well in the league, as is Tony, and as is Johnny as well. Do you have any predictions for race 3, given that we saw race 1 that had some incidents, and we said that was the tame version, and then we got race 2 and it was utter carnage at certain points in the race, but it was very competitive, and we've seen some great, as you've just mentioned, side-by-side racing. What do you predict for race 3, given the racing order?
Well, what have we got? What is the racing order?
So we've got Andrew Hoffman on pole and Ben Cullen next to him in second place. We've got Steve LaValle about 5 positions back. I'm trying to remember just from memory.
Steve LaValle, I believe, is in third.
Is he in third, is he?
Yep.
Oh, wow. And then Marco Namela a bit further back than that, but not as far as
Johnny's about halfway. Johnny's about halfway back, I think.
Yeah, and then some of the faster guys and where you'd have ended up starting towards the back. So, any predictions? Utter carnage, or
looks like maybe a bit of carnage for sure. I think Steve's been really fast. It looks like in starting in third. Yeah, I think he's got a big chance of winning it.
He has. He's improved immensely.
Yeah.
He's been
definitely.
Utterly unlucky in the first 2 races, though, in my opinion.
For sure.
I meant to mention, how about your elder Scotsman winning that race, huh?
Yeah, old man O'Connor.
Fantastic job by him. He kept his cool, and
he really did. He did great.
Yeah. We could hear a bit of nerves on the radio, and
Really
good job. He was nice and consistent. So well done to him.
Well, if you're not racing at any point and you want to join us in the booth, you're more than welcome to come and join us and commentate if you want to. That'll keep your leg from getting too worn out, etc., while you're in rehab. So feel free to join us on any of these races. All
right, nice one, thanks. I'll stay in just now. I might not say anything. I've never done commentary in my life.
Stay in the room if you want to.
Neither is Pete, so don't worry.
Yeah, neither have we. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm a complete noob. If you want to stay in the booth and chip in whenever you feel you want to, or laugh at whatever you're seeing, then do so. If you feel like doing that tonight, or are you gonna slope away?
I'll try it. I'll stay. I'm going to watch it anyway, so I'll stay.
Yeah, brilliant.
Give it a go.
So we've got Nicole Foggy joining us in the booth for the rest of this race. So if you want to abuse him on the chat, then feel free. It makes a change from you abusing. Why not?
Now take it easy. He's been injured for a long time, so be gentle to him, please.
He can actually be our interpreter when we talk to Lane.
That's
there
true,
you go.
actually.
Hey, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Hey.
Even I struggle sometimes.
No kidding.
That's funny. So we are only 9 seconds away from the end of this practice session, and then we will be gridding again. We'll run through the field for you before we get going, so that you can. What's Ben said on there? Nicole, you said you'd drive this race for me. Oh dear, that's funny.
Hey, the headlights are on. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, late evening. Did you say, Clyde?
It's sunset. It's
Why is-
actually just
hold on.
gone 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
bro-
going to nail through this starting grid. I don't think we've got an Andrew Hoffman because Ryan Walker is our pole man.
Doesn't
Steve
look
Lavalley
like
is
it, does it?
second. Hey.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh no, he is. He's in fourth. Odd. Marco Lower in third. Andrew Hoffman in fourth. Tony Kloosterman in
Wait a minute.
fifth.
Whoa, that
Oh,
just
hang on.
changed.
Yeah, what's going on here? Right, I'm going to go off my left-hand screen because that'll be right. So, on pole, Andrew Hoffman. Ben Cullen second, Ryan Walker third, Steve
Hey,
Lavalley
lights
fourth.
coming on.
And I'll stop now because that happened.
We are green for race 3.
Everybody away nicely, actually.
3
Jamie
wide
Wood,
already at the back. Looks like 4 wide at the
Oh
front.
boy, this looks.
Oh,
awful.
my word. Where's Andrew gone?
I think he may have got a nudge.
He's
Right.
furrowing the field over there.
He certainly is. He's doing several fields.
Oh, somebody's around. Who's that?
Ooh.
That's
Marco.
Ben Cullen and Marco Lewert.
It is. I think
Marco,
Andrew
okay.
Hoffman's having
somebody else
connectivity
has just
issues.
gone as well.
Oh, dear.
Marco
That's-
Lewert was like an Exocet missile.
Right, yeah.
And who's
I don't
that?
know
That's Ryan Walker and Steve Lavalley
Steve
coming down
Lavalley's
into
about
Nelson
to
and
take the
Brundle.
lead.
Yep, he is.
Coming up behind is Johnny Brandon.
Yeah, and Ryan got a huge amount of curb. Johnny won't like that, will he? Because Ryan gave him a bit of a wiggle in front of him.
Johnny's got Marco right on his tail too.
Whoa,
Oh,
baby,
that was
side
always
to
gonna
side.
happen.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So Ryan probably shouldn't have been where he was, to be honest.
I'll tell you, Marco got out of that pretty lucky. I'll tell you.
Don't think Ryan realised Marco was up the inside of him.
Do you know? He gave Johnny a bit of a twitch, didn't he? And then I don't know whether he did the same thing to Marco here. There.
Yeah, Marco's
Oh,
three
boy.
quarters of the way up, isn't he?
Yeah. And you can't afford to do any wiggles like that, so let's see what happens carrying on. So Tyler Newitt here in fourth place, under some pressure from Adam Wright, who was very
We've got
good.
a replay.
Right?
But let's see what happened to Marco Lewert.
Well, we're focused on Ben at the minute, who gets a
Oh,
nut.
baby. Oh, that looked like a
yeah,
net code.
No, Marco lost the back end on his own,
No, did
Yeah,
he?
okay.
and then got hit by Marco Namela.
Let's have
Nothing
a lot
that
of,
Marco
let's have
could-
a lot of rear bias on that thing. God,
Yeah,
swapped ends like no tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And here's
Here's
Lane.
our-
Whoa, Lane O'Connor. A lot of air under those right side tire.
Yeah, that's our race 2 winner, Lane O'Connor there. Meanwhile, in another race, Steve Lavalley getting chased down by Johnny Brandon.
And Marco Numella's in third.
So we got some
And
in.
Tyler Newitt's in fourth.
So we can put some pressure on Nicole now. So multi 21, is that going to happen in this race, Nicole?
If Johnny's in it, then yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant! You can come back again. That's sensational.
That's funny.
Now, I don't think too much to go.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, Johnny. Three
Wow,
wide.
look at three wide. Oh boy.
Oh,
From
dear,
Montreal.
boys.
Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying, Nicole?
I'm going to say I don't think too much is going to happen, but a little bit is indeed happening.
yeah, that was a forceful move there by Johnny.
It really was. He was quite a way back, wasn't he, at Montreal? Look at that.
Well, I
Slick
think John.
body
I think
boy.
Johnny's about tired of being the bridesmaid right now. to be honest.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh baby.
That was
Yeah.
close, wasn't
Wow.
it? Whoa.
Marco Namela almost got them both, didn't he? But
He did, yeah.
backed
but he
out
was-
at the last
He
minute.
was really smart to back out. That could have been nasty.
Yep.
Who's that in the background? Is that Tyler? Yeah.
Tyler Newitt and
Ford,
Adam Wright.
yeah.
And behind them is Ant Woodward. He's running in sixth place.
Jamie
Tyler-
Wilson, Andrew Hoffman.
Tyler's done well for getting points tonight, though, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Agree, yeah.
Hmm.
I
On
don't know
board.
what. I don't know
Jamie
what
Will-
magic. I'm sorry. I don't know what they. Oh, I'm sorry. You're in camera with him.
No,
in the
it's
car.
fine. Keep going, Bill.
I don't know what kind of magic potion they're feeding him at XVR, but all those guys seem to get better over there. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to be a good stable.
Classic move there by Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, it was a
was.
butt
Shove it
pass,
down the
wasn't it?
inside, stop it on the apex.
Yeah, and it worked a treat. So what do you put the XVR success down to, Nicole?
Maybe me not being there.
Oh, come on now.
Well, okay, it's been about what 2 months, and yeah, everybody's improved. And Tyler was behind me in practice, and I almost couldn't get away from him. He was keeping pace with me, so everybody's been improving, and I think it's a good atmosphere as well in the team. We're all good friends and stuff, and get along well, and including new people. So,
Well, even Johnny.
No, that goes without saying that he's not included in.
Yeah, I thought so. It sounded a bit suspect until you said not Johnny. So that's fine.
You know, one thing I noticed, Nicole, when you guys were practicing before this race, you guys were all running together, and that's how you improve. You know, side by side, front to back, and going like crazy. That's how you learn all this stuff, really.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to improve. We started doing it. I don't know. A good while ago, but we put a bit of focus on doing it because you learn different lines. You learn how to improvise with a car.
Wow.
It's a good move by Marco.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right, Nicole. You know, and another thing too that you can go out there and run the perfect line, but when you get a lot of cars out there, you may not necessarily be able to do that. You got to learn the alternatives too, as well.
Absolutely. You don't want to get too used to just the normal line. You want to understand how the car is going to react in loads of different circumstances, not just the same thing over and over again.
Very true.
So Rich Warmingham's trying to find a way past Ben Cullen.
Yeah, Ben Cullen's made his car about 19 feet wide. Jeez.
He has. He's done all right tonight, though, hasn't he?
He really has. He really has.
Last race, he started off in first and ended up second off last, but I think he got kind of bullied all the way through the last race.
It took him a while before he got manhandled, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on the side of Rich Warmingham's car, isn't it?
The Brandon the Mailer gap is coming down.
Ben's not letting that go, by the way. Oh, he'll have to now.
Yeah, he's now.
Hey, game a fight. Why not?
Yeah. What were you saying about Brandon the Mailer?
The gap has come down.
1.3 seconds. And Marco, Steve, and Tyler are pretty much sharing the same bit of tarmac at the minute.
Did I fall asleep? Why is Tony last?
He's not competing at the minute. I don't think, anyway. Is he on track, Sam? Can you put a camera on him or not? Oh, you can. In that case, Clyde, you've picked out something I had not spotted, so well done.
Happened I wonder if he had like a computer problem or something. Why is he way back there?
I can't see anything on the... Oh, no, I can. He's been in the pits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit inexplicable. I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
Well, he did start way back, didn't he? But you would expect him to come through.
What are we watching here?
No,
so this is Tony.
He dived into the pits. Why, I wonder?
Oh, I don't know.
Still on qualifying fuel?
Well, there was no qualifying, was there?
Oh, that's true.
Jump start?
Oh, might be. Would you get a stop and hold for that?
Maybe got a penalty. Could be.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Well, he's not popped up for tyres.
He did jump. Yep, he moved. I just saw it. He moved.
Ah.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be annoyed at that.
Talk about insult to injury. I was probably one of the slowest V8 supercar drivers in the world, and I would jump a start and have to pay that penalty besides. God almighty. By the time I got done, in the second lap, third lap, I'm 2 laps down. How the hell, come on.
I think that's rough, Bill, to be honest.
Well, anyway.
Going to just let you go knowing that you're going to end up in the pits anyway.
That's true. That's true.
Burning, usually, but never mind. Yeah, the first time that somebody told me how to do that whole hold your foot on the brake, put it in first, and put your foot on the gas, and then lift your foot off the brake, my brain could not do that level of coordination the first time, and I just absolutely monged it good and proper. and did 16 penalties or something, so...
Okay, Wayne Sanderson is in 6th.
What are you laughing at now? That was a proper dirty laugh. What if you spotted?
You know what? Lane O'Connor started in last. He's in 8th place now. That old guy's going crazy out there. Good for him.
He must like Norfolk.
He must.
That's way too south for him, though, isn't it? Really?
It's very fast. It's like 8 hours south of Scotland.
Way too far.
Maybe he's got the heebie-jeebies being way down there.
Whereabouts north of the border are you, Nicole?
Dundee.
Dundee. Oh, Dundee. Right. Okay. Yep.
It's not bad. Been here my whole life, so
Cold though,
used
isn't
to it. Well, I think it's the sunny city apparently of Scotland.
Really?
Gets the most sunshine.
Compared
It's
to
decent.
What's that? 4 hours a year or something?
I was going to say 13 days a year, but I was being nice.
Oh dear, it's funny.
So we've only got 5 minutes left already.
Really?
Wow. Jeez.
We need to make these sprint races longer. That doesn't make them sprint races, does it?
I'd say 20 minutes sprint race. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
I like the Fast and Furious. It's you just haven't. Well, you know, Nicole, being one of our aliens. You get a good result in race 1. You know you're going to be starting near the back in race 2, and you haven't got time to be patient with people.
Yeah, for sure. It's more fun like that, I think. It's all about the battle. You don't have to worry.
There's still a way to do it cleanly, isn't there? But you do have to take more liberties than you would in an hour-long race.
Definitely, and you're not worrying about saving tires or fuel or anything like that. And yeah, it's a good, different mindset to be in. I think it's what I'm used to. Sprint races, just how many places can you make up and how safely can you do it? Yeah, it's fun for sure.
It's more like the British touring car series, actually.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
I love it. I love that series. God.
Well, if you want a nice relaxed league with an awesome bunch of drivers to get yourself back into it, our GT4 TCR league is absolutely fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Nice. Yeah, I think we've been thinking about it, and then I ended up going with my back thing. So GT4, I'd maybe try. I'm a bit tired of that TCR. Yeah, but GT4, look forward to that. I might join that, actually.
Yeah, get it done.
Was it on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, every Wednesday follows the official.
Oh, sweet. That's good.
You need to get that leg fixed up, though, man. I'll tell you.
It is irritating, but it was good having a break, to be honest, and coming back with sort of fresh perspective on it and stuff. Yeah. I think it is good having that, but yeah, I do my exercises every day now, and they do seem to help. So that's a good thing so far.
Yep, good for you. Lane O'Connor's getting pressured by Jamie Wilson at this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Marco's got anything for Johnny.
No, and Tyler's been nailed to the back of Steve's car for quite a long time now. So I don't think he's actually looking to make any moves on Steve. Steve needs a point score after the last race because he didn't do so well, did he? He got mired into every single crash that was going.
Yeah, if there was a dark cloud, he found it.
Yeah, he did.
And we don't want any interviews tonight because I've got Black Forest Gattox waiting for me.
What, it's going to go off, is it, or what?
Well, it might do. Well, the dogs might eat it.
Katie is just too nice to you, Clyde, I'm telling you. Who's that? Oh, Jamie Wilson.
So we've only got a minute and a half left of this. So I've been caught out by the last lap thing in both the previous races.
Oh no, that's Marco Lewert. I'm sorry.
No, Marco Namail is turning up the wick on Johnny Brandon at the minute.
I'm sure he's
they're
trying.
Less than half a second apart now.
Yeah, we're going to get one more lap after this one. I think Johnny Brandon is just going to cross the line in time for another lap.
Right. Okay. So this is penultimate, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny's going to put out the barricade, try to keep him in back of him, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wayne Sanderson's getting very, very fighty behind Adam Wright, but he's not getting close enough to do anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the draft seems pretty decent here, so maybe something
Yeah.
will happen.
Mm.
I think Adam Wright has really taken to this car as well.
He has.
He's doing real well. Yeah, he is. You know, Nicole, since Wayne Sanderson joined you, boy, I'll tell you, he's due for a win too. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I'd agree, man. All doing well, and yeah, I've seen big improvements with Wayne. He's getting faster and faster. I think as well. I think he probably likes the that he's with a bunch of people now doing.
Yeah, I was going to say that team environment helped him tremendously. I'll tell you, it really did, because he was kind of running by himself, so it was kind of tough.
Well, he wasn't, was he? He was running virtually every week with Jamie Wilson.
Oh, but they were competing against each other, and he can kind of.
Final lap, guys.
Final lap.
Johnny Brandon crossed the line with 4 seconds to spare. Marco Namela is going, "Hello, Johnny, I'm here."
Yep.
Wow,
he's not got long to do this.
Whoa, baby!
Whoa.
Oh, he's got it. Yep, Johnny's got it now.
I think Marco sacrificed himself there rather than running into the back of Johnny.
Yeah, I do too.
He did, yeah.
He'll have to suffer with a second place finish. Gee, that's too bad.
So, does Johnny have gold wheels? Is that to replicate all the gold that he wears on his fingers and around his neck in real life, or what?
Old boy Brandon.
Yeah.
No, I think a change is coming to his car. So
Right, okay.
I don't know if it's to be known or not, so I'll leave it.
Well, I was told by Dave Jansen today that Steve had sent him an updated paint for Johnny's car, but forgot to attach it.
Okay.
So, your
Go
race
ahead,
winner was Johnny Brandon. Second place was Marco Namela. Third was Steve Lavallee, and Tyler Newitt came home in fourth, with Adam Wright in fifth, Wayne Sanderson in sixth, and Woodward ended up seventh. Eighth was Jamie Wilson, with Lane O'Connor ninth, Rich Warmingham in 10th, Andrew Hoffman in 11th, Ben Cullen finished 12th, Marco Lower in 13th, 14th was Ryan Walker, and 15th was Tony Klusterman after an impromptu pit stop that we think or are almost convinced was due to a jump start.
It definitely, he moved. I saw him. Yep.
Yeah.
Bad.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump out. I need to do some exercises, but thanks for having me in the booth for the race.
Good to have you back. Take care of yourself, man.
Yeah. Enjoy your star jumps.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
See you later.
I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Do you reckon he does them with a leotard on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I can't remember who won any of the races. Apart from
Johnny Brandon won this one.
Yeah.
Lane O'Connor won the second one.
Yeah.
And the first one was won by who? Marco Namela.
Ah, okay. He's in the booth at the minute. We've got 2 race winners in the booth now.
Okay, so do you want me to get Marco Namela in for you first?
I think you should, yeah.
So, in the booth now, we have winner of race 1 and fellow commentator, and another race victory that we can claim, Pete.
Yep.
Marco Namela.
Good evening, Marco. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing great.
So you got a race victory in the first race, got tied up in a whole load of stuff in the second race, and then second to Johnny Brandon only just in the third race, and you kind of made a little bit of an error at Bumhole in race 3. We saw and ran wide and weren't able to make that last 2 corners charge on Johnny in race 3. How did you find the racing tonight?
Yeah, it's almost impossible to overtake, and yeah, I did a Hail Mary on the front Nelson on Johnny on the last race, but yeah, he closed it off, and I almost spun.
So, we saw you basically sacrifice yourself in order not to take Johnny out of the race, which is the right thing to do. But a fantastic 3 races. They disappeared in time, like they were over before they'd begun for us, if you know what I mean. They were that quick.
Yeah, it's a 15 minutes. You barely get into the rhythm. So if you like make mistakes early on your race, you're wary of those mistakes the whole race. You never get into the rhythm. So
yeah, and well, Tony Klusterman did make mistakes very early off the start line. Actually, he did a bit of a jump start and had to pay a penalty. So that's why he was so far back, or rather at the back in the last race. Otherwise, I feel he would have been very competitive and come through the field with you in that 3rd race. Any standout moments for you? Any moves that you remember either other people doing or you doing on other people?
I think the move on Tyler last race outside on the Nelson Brundle, that was
yeah, we did see that. That was exceptional. We all said what a fantastic move that was. Very well controlled and very steady as well. No loss of control anywhere through it. So that was excellent. So thanks for that. In terms of entertainment value, it was tremendous.
Yeah, that's my favorite corners. Like, they are pretty high on like overall, but on that track, it's easily my favorite corners. Those 2.
Wow, they're the 2 that I fear the most. I've crashed so many times going under that bridge. Sorry,
Marco,
go on, Bill.
when you were exiting that corner, you were so close to the edge. I can't figure out how you get so close to that edge without going off. It's just unbelievable. You got that thing wired, brother. Let me tell you.
Yeah, if you go to the edge, you need to be prepared to correct when it goes over. So yeah, that's it.
You know, I didn't see you doing any of that. You were right on the edge. You know, and that curb coming out of there, you hit that thing and you bicycle. That thing goes right up in the air. It's a tough sausage curve right there too.
Yeah.
Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go, Marco?
League sponsor Racetech, you guys, and yeah, all the drivers here. It's been really fun. So yeah, it's a really good league. Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Thank you very much. Kimi Räikkönen. I get him every time with that.
Never get old.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete. So next in the booth, we've got Lane O'Connor, 14th in race 1, winner of race 2,
Get
and
away.
9th in race 3. So I suggest you just talk about races 1 and 3.
So yeah, someone spread a vicious rumor, Lane, that you actually won a race tonight. I don't think his mic's working.
Yeah, beauty, you saw it all right. I won.
Dear. You stayed out of trouble in race 2, didn't you? Where everybody else got hoovered up in it, and you got yourself away down the road and raced yourself a brilliant race to the finish. So congratulations.
Cheers, man. I got lucky because what's his name? Ant Woodward was behind me, and I knew I had the pace on him. And I knew he was going to make his sail wide. I knew he was going to, keep people behind. And I thought, just keep it cool, don't spin the tires, and everything will come together. And then I saw Foggy coming, man, and I was on the mic. I'm like, oh, Foggy, man, what are you gonna? And he goes, don't worry, I'm not gonna push it.
Yeah, we had him in the booth for quite a long time tonight in race 3 because he wasn't racing it. As he rehabilitates, so that was useful. He was saying you were useless, but we'll
he did not say that.
He probably did the cock, man.
Race 3, you made your way forward quite a lot, didn't you? But there wasn't enough race for you to get anywhere near the front properly.
No, I got lucky. There was a few people were having a bit argy-bargy, so I just kept it cool. Run my race, and was it Jamie Wilson was behind me?
Yeah, quite a long time actually.
Yeah, and towards the end, I realised. I knew he was quicker anyway, but I was gonna throw myself off or throw the 2 years off if I kept doing what I was doing. So I kind of just give him room and let him go, type of thing, and hope that something else happened and I maybe get in a couple of places. But hey, I was at the back. I finished 10th. That'll do me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a very successful sprint race weekend for you, in my opinion. We'll ignore race 1 mostly because I think there was some bumping and banging went on there. But for the races that you managed to avoid it all, I think you did fantastically well and proved how much of a competitive racer you can be again. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and pop some celebratory whiskey?
Yeah, yourselves, Backfire, Racecraft, XVR, Virtual Racing Association, and Foggy for not pushing me, and Bill for being the best commentator there.
Thanks, mate. I'll tell you, buddy, you did a hell of a job tonight. I'll tell you that second race, like you mentioned, I said that during the race. I said Ant Woodward is the cork in the bottle, baby. He really was. He had a string of cars, must have been 10 or 12 cars behind him trying to get through. So, but you didn't put a wheel wrong in that second race. You did a great job, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay, so that was Lame O'Connor. So next up, we have the man who finished second in race 2, second in race 1, 8th in race 2, and who won race 3. Johnny Brandon, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Lane O'Connor.
Lane O'Connor. Brilliant.
Over to you, Pete.
Okay, so I want to know why you've got gold wheels, and I suggested to Nicole, who was in the booth with us for quite a long time, that it's to emulate all the gold that you wear on your fingers and around your neck in your normal life.
Well, you were going to suggest I was wearing gold then. No, I was supposed to have a new paint back to my old gold colour.
Oh, right, okay.
Apparently, Steve sent the paint in without actually attaching the paint.
Excellent. That's always useful, isn't it?
Apparently. So,
yeah,
not great. So I had gold wheels and black stripe, I assume.
Well, you had some fantastic scraps tonight, didn't you? I mean, there was lots of competitive door-to-door, and I think there was a lot of shunting going on at various points, but you expect that around Snetterton, right?
There shouldn't really be any shunting, but you can kind of understand it at the hairpin, what have you.
Yeah.
And I think depending on the setup, you get such different braking performance in this car. So if you're the sort of driver that's sort of looking at someone next to you going, I'm not braking till you do, you could be in big trouble if you've got more braking capacity. You know? So
that had never happened to me, but it happens.
Yeah. Quite a lot of people do that. But it was interesting. I was unlucky race 2. Race 1, I could have probably had a go at Marco early on because he seemed to be struggling a bit, but the longer the race went on, the quicker he got and the more I started to struggle. Race 2, I got unlucky. I was having a good race, getting through the field, and something happened in front, and I picked the direction and it went wrong. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm terming that as blue on blue with you because it was an XVR car that was in a place they should not have been. And wiped out 2 of his teammates really in the aftermath.
I think it was Ant Woodward was going right in the aftermath of it, and he was sort of going to the right of the track, and I thought, right, I'll go left. And just as I made the decision to go left, he seemed to swing round and come left, and I just went straight into the side of him.
Okay.
Just one of them things, just unlucky. There was a massive gap there, and he was travelling the other way, and then suddenly, once I decided to go there, he was coming back that way. So I didn't bother looking back on it. It was just one of them things. But
in that race,
caused it, didn't he?
It was Wayne, yeah. And in that race, we dubbed Tony Moses Klusterman because he ended up coming through after the tide had parted, and there was cars all over either side of the road.
Don't forget his teammate Nicole Foggy as well. Nicole Foggy, honest to God,
he came through first, didn't he? Yeah.
And he just like he turned into stealth and just shot right through the middle of you guys.
Nico was right behind me, and he's learned now. Just if I go left, he goes right, and normally he survives. And all I heard was a laugh as I was crashing.
That's genius. Oh dear, funny stuff. This league does bring out some fantastic racing, doesn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, it's great. It was good fun. good
Yeah.
fun round there. It's,
I'll tell you,
I still would have preferred the longer circuit, but that's another conversation.
Oh,
jeez. You know,
keep
I'll
away
tell you.
from Clyde. Keep away from Clyde.
I'll tell you, the first race, Johnny, you did not want Marco Namella to get away, boy. You were really hounding him the whole race. That was really great.
Yeah, I dropped off at the end. I had good pace at the start. Like I say, I think I could have got him at the start because he seemed to be struggling, and I had good pace at the start. But then, for whatever reason, I made a couple of little mistakes, and then couldn't get back up on him. And then, it doesn't take much to heat the tyres a little bit. You sort of step the rear out, and then you're struggling with rear grip's not quite optimal, and it's just a snowball effect. And
I'll have to tell you, Marco is so good that he's not used to looking in his mirror and seeing somebody behind him. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I don't know whether you watched the strength of field race last night, Johnny, but Marco won by. What am I up to now? I've been now.
About 7 days.
Yeah, about 3 postcodes, I think, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not used to it.
The thing with that is he was in the chat with us in our Discord.
right
before the race, going, I don't know if I should do this race. I haven't done any practice. Literally about 20 minutes before it. And we were like, no, do it. It's like, I don't know. I haven't done any practice. I might do it.
Oh dear, sandbagging it. It's very best.
Yeah, he's pretty good, is Marco.
Yeah. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and put on your gold rings and your gold necklaces and stuff?
Yeah.
Real.
Obviously, you guys for the broadcast. I will be watching it in the next day or so. Not gonna have time tonight. All my teammates, XVR, Simsport, Virtual Racing Association, JP Data Engineering, Host 365, V-Box. There you go. Remember them. And just give a big shout out to Lane O'Connor. Really nice to see him get a win tonight. He had a dodgy first race, and you should have heard some of the cursing in the chat. It was unbelievable. He was quitting the league. The names he was calling people. I tried to comfort him, and he had a go at me as well. And it was the biggest amount of rage you've ever heard. And then 10 minutes later, he wins the race. So that's what's great about sim racing. So well done, Lane.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Johnny Brandon. 2, 8, and 1 in that order. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Okay, so we're getting through them. Next up, we'll bring in Anne Woodward, who's had a fairly successful night. 11th in race 1, 5th in race 2, and 7th in race 3. Over to you, Pete.
Good evening, Anne Woodward. How are you doing tonight?
You've done pretty good, thanks.
Yeah, cool. We saw your feet pounding away on the pedals a couple of times in our inset picture. You had questionable luck in race 1, I think it was it?
Yep.
Yeah. You modelled your car very closely on Tony Klosterman's car in that race. You both had rear left damage, almost identical. You both dispensed with the boot lid, which also dispensed with the rear wing. Clearly, you both thought you didn't need that.
I guess so. Although the results didn't say the same.
Yeah, there was a subtle difference in where you both finished. And then much better fortune in race 2.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Lane.
Yeah.
First of all, I was... I nerfed him the other night, or it was netcode, one or the other. And
that was last night, you mean?
Race. Yeah, last night.
That wasn't your fault, man.
That was a week's worth of netcode. That.
When I pay someone back, I do it properly. Well done, Lane. I was the cork in the bottle for him.
Yeah, yes, you were. That's the exact same state. That's exactly what I said. You were the cork in the bottle there. Really, you had about 10 guys behind you there.
I was catching him, and then just ever so slowly, and then I got attention, and that was it. I couldn't,
Did you at any point think that the whole race was upside down with Lane O'Connor winning?
No, because I was second. So I kept thinking, oh, you may get a podium here, and then I see that we're only halfway through the race, and I'm like, there's plenty about to happen in a minute.
Yeah. And then the last race, you kind of kept yourself out of trouble, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't bad the last race, I don't think.
It was you and Jamie Wilkins, wasn't it?
Yes, at the end, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good race, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, that was
an
excellent
Where
result.
was everyone? Is there an event on today or something?
I don't know. It was a shorter field, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe tonight's the night that sim racers go and, I don't know, socialise. That's not going to happen, is it?
No,
That's why we're sim racers. We ain't
don't
got
have
social lives.
lives.
No. So I don't know. Can't answer your question. If I was a social person, I probably could, but I'm not.
Looking at the racing, everyone should be doing it.
Yeah, no Stacey's tonight. Plural.
Working.
Working.
Mine is anyway.
Right. Okay.
The other one.
Yeah. What does she do for a job?
Nando's.
Nando's. Oh, I like Nando's. That's good. Hopefully, I can get a free Nando's out of you one day.
There's no sponsorship.
No, that's a shame. Never mind. We'll just have to be Racetech then, won't it?
Yeah.
They don't do tasty chicken though, so it's not good.
Tasty seats.
Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your success?
Yeah, Stacey and Evie, and you guys for doing the broadcast. Racetech for sponsoring the league, and team sponsors Simability, and of course the team Never Quit Racing.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, and Woodward.
Cheers.
Okay, next up, guys, we're going to bring in Ryan Walker. And before I hand over to you, Pete, I'm just going to say, if you take Ryan's car at the end of each race and then meld them all together, you still wouldn't get a full car.
Right. This is an equation that I was trying to come to before. You started off with whole cars, you ended up with buggies. Was that a feature of all of your races tonight, Ryan?
Yeah, pretty much. So it was pretty chaotic round tonight, but yeah, I still either way enjoyed real racing around this layout of Snetterton. That hairpin was a bit tricky, and yeah, it was a bit chaotic as well.
I saw you be an unwilling victim in many of the crashes that you were in. You kind of got wiped out as the third party in other people's arguments. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was one of those races what could have been, but yeah, that's the way racing goes sometimes, and sometimes you'll have good races and or good rounds rather, and other times you'll have bad rounds. But either way, still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean the racing was fantastic. Clyde, have you got Ryan's finishing positions to hand?
Believe it or not, I've just closed them down.
Why would you do that when I've just asked the question?
Because I looked at them and remembered them and then forgot them.
Ryan, where did you finish?
I can tell you finished 14th in race 3.
Yeah, because that's still on the SDK screen.
I finished 13th and 14th, I think.
All right, consistent then,
yeah. Consistent, but try not to swear. Rubbish.
Yeah, so everybody has races and race weekends like this. Mine were far more frequent than yours, by the way. If you ever want to look through the history of
every weekend,
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Apart from one race at Barber where I did remarkably well.
Oh yeah, you were chasing Nicole Foggy. He was chasing you or something.
And then if you remember, Johnny said that's only because Nicole had a really crap setup, which I thought was like, oh, thank you very much. That's brilliant.
Shut up, Johnny.
So, other than that, you were in the thick of it for quite a lot of racing, to be honest. You got a lot of footage tonight. We're watching you get some good netcode damage from Marco Nemela just there.
Yeah, that was a bad rap right there.
It was, yeah. I think you were unlucky on a few occasions. Any standout moments for you?
Yeah, I did have I was having a good battle with Lane O'Connor in race 1, I think it was, until I think Steve LaValle had an issue and went off the track and then rejoined in front of me. But
that was the one that I got very upset about, wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't very good. Yeah.
And you lost all your top speed.
Yeah, I mean, I was frustrated at the time, but after the race, Steve sent me a message and apologised for it. So, yeah, I have to say thanks to him for that. But it's just one of those things. That's racing. And at the end of the day, still managed to get some points. Not where I wanted to finish it in all 3 races, but there's always next time.
Yeah, you've done far better in other race weekends, and we know that you'll come back absolutely fighting, and hope to see you back for the next round. Where is the next round, Clyde? Any idea?
No, but keep talking and I'll find out.
Okay.
Another thing, Ryan. At least you had a tough night, but you know what? You raced all 3 races. You didn't rage quit. You didn't get. You got. You have that moment where you get a little. The red mist or whatever you want to call it, but you get over it and you move on, and that's a really good trait. Let me tell you.
Next time we're at Kota.
Kota. Wow.
Oh God. Oh.
Is it the full track?
I think so.
Oh,
it's the west layout.
It's the what? It's the
Might
west.
be west.
The west layout.
Right. Okay. So you don't get the massive hairpin with that, do you?
No, you
I
don't.
think
No.
so.
Right. Okay. So
Now you get to go through the interior city streets, around where the ice cream shop is. Then you come back out on the real track.
That's funny. Well, hope to see you back next time, because we always like watching you race, and you are very competitive, and we enjoy all that. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Just you guys for putting on the broadcast, and the people behind the scenes that make the league happen, and lastly, I just wanted to apologise to Johnny Brandon for getting a bit heated after the race, but that was bad of me. But yeah, it's the way it goes, and I'll take a punishment if it comes to it.
Okay. Not sure what that's all about, but maybe we'll find out in the chat later on. So thank you very much for coming and talking to us, Ryan Walker.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so last but not least, we have our Vulcan Esports teammate, Andrew Hoffman, who had a best finish of 11th in race 3. Over to you, Pete.
Andrew Hoffman, welcome to the booth. How are you doing tonight?
Well, when you dig a hole and you just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper, that's right.
I do know that feeling, yeah. When I used to race V8s, it happened a lot.
He obviously doesn't think we've been there,
Yeah, totally. So you've been let's talk about race 3, because that was your best finish, just outside the top 10. Corner, what you poled that one, didn't you? As in, you ended up on pole after the reverse grid.
It wasn't fourth.
No, that was only because our screens were slowly updating and it was lying to me, so I professed those lies to everybody watching. But you had an off track straight away, didn't you? At Ritchie's, you went wide and onto the grass.
Yeah, it was a rub, and I don't know what happened. It just launched, into the grass.
Right. Okay. But it's funny because race 1, I remember you being very competitive, but then looking at the screen again and finding you in 13th place, and I didn't understand why you were that far back. What actually happened in race 1?
I thought of Clyde and I went to his number 13.
Oh, right. In that case, that's understandable then. And you clearly did the same in race 2.
Yeah, race 2, I was looking for the reverse grid anyway, because I knew it was going to be a cold track. And all through practice, I'd been pretty consistent with the mid 108s, and I thought, oh, that might be enough. So, anyway, what else can I say?
Well, you kept the Backfire Simsport TV Vulcan livery pretty clean all the way through, really. A lot of your stuff was done independently of the rest of the field, as you went wide at turn 1 in the 3rd race, like I said. But you did have decent race pace, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a track I practice probably more than any other time. But, yeah, I don't know. I just had no regret. I couldn't launch it off corners. I had a lot of dramas trying to get it off corners, and you probably would have seen that on the broadcast.
Yeah, the back end of your car was a little bit twitchy, it has to be said. But no more so than for any other driver. We saw some real wild stuff from some drivers, and from you less so. all in all, you still bagged a whole load of points for finishing where you did. So that's going to be a result compared to everybody else in the league. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yourselves, Simsport TV. I think I beat Tony in that third race, so he'll be joining. Yeah, he'll be joining.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your entertaining racing tonight, Andrew, and we'll see you again at COTA.
Yeah, I love that track like a hole in the head.
Well
Cheers,
put.
mate.
Well put.
Yeah, totally right.
Okay, guys, so that is the end of the interviews. So I think we've had 3 cracking races tonight. We've had a bit of rough and tumble. We've had some fantastic overtaking. We've had 3 different winners, and I'm sure you'll understand me saying an unexpected winner. Sum up the race for us, Pete. Races, even.
Yeah, frantic is the way that I describe it. The sprint races delivered exactly as we expected them to, with no time for, well, you don't really have a strategy other than go fast, as fast as you can, as safely as you can, and there was a lot of elbows out. It was very exciting racing, and it all went very, very fast. I feel like I should still be commentating now because it was so exciting. I want to carry on, but it's not to be, I'm afraid. We're going to have to wait till next time out. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've had different race winners every race. Lane O'Connor, what's that about? Winning a race. Who knew? So I'm looking forward to COTA, and it'll be a fantastic time when we're there, just like it has been tonight. Tonight's been just fantastic for me. I thought it was great.
Excellent. Bill, we've had a lot of good, a little bit of bad, and some ugly with Lane. What did you think of those 3 races?
I'll tell you, that was perfect venue to do the sprint races, in my opinion. It was really turned out really well. I mean, I like a little rub, and I don't like nastiness, but I like a little rub. And we had a couple bitter moments, but guys going for the same patch of blacktop, and of course, being a sprint race, you can't, like we've mentioned several times, you can't waste time trying to get it done. So you're bound to have that happen. And the guys, even though it's internet racing, the guys that are controlling the internet are human, and they're going to make mistakes, and it happens. But I thought it was excellent. Like Pete said, very exciting. We didn't have a moment to take a breath. I'm telling you, it was absolutely fabulous, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And a shout out to Lane O'Connor, really an excellent job. And I don't know what Pete's talking about, Lane. What's that about? Come on, guys rule, man. So anyway, everybody had a great time, I think, and looking forward to next week or in a couple of weeks. So that's it for me, Clyde.
And Sam, super sprints always keep you on your toes because there's always so much going on. Excellent. So there's not going to be no long speech from me, as you can probably tell. My voice is going downhill. And
he has chocolate cake.
I have got some Gattox sitting next to me, waiting to be eaten. 3 fantastic races tonight. We're back with this series in a fortnight's time. Thanks to the drivers. Thanks to everybody on the chat. Thanks to Bill, Pete and Sam for joining me, and also for Nick. Thanks to Nicole Foggy for joining us in the booth. That was unexpected, but very good. We are back on Wednesday with the BSTV GT4 TCR series. Then we're back on Friday with the V8 European Strength of Field race. And then next Sunday, we are back with the VRA GTCC Championship. So make sure you subscribe to us, like us, follow us, do everything you can to make sure you don't miss those races. So I'm going to say good night. The guys will say good night, and we will close the broadcast. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Hope you enjoy it. And see you at COTA.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Thanks for the people that showed up, and of course my colleagues. And well, I guess we have to go to COTA, so it may be better than I think. So have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming by.